do this all day. The roost!
Hey everyone. Captain America Civil War is directed by Anthony and Joe Russo and stars the Avengers. And it's kind of taking off of what Batman vs. Superman did, with kind of just like this battle between people who we thought would be friends. And if you guys didn't know, I really was not a fan of Batman vs. Superman, which made me a little worried about watching Captain America Civil War, since I know that the whole premise is kind of them disagreeing on something and then battling. So going into this movie, I saw it at pretty much just the best theater experience you could. The audience was a bit slow, but I saw it in an IMAX 3D. It was a great theater experience, but the movie just didn't quite live up to my expectations. I'm not saying I did not like it, I actually really enjoyed it. It's just, I guess I expected too much. I know Chris Stuckman gave it an A+, I'm not sure what Jeremy Jahns gave it. Rotten Tomatoes gave it, I think, a 91 or 92 it's currently at, certified fresh. And I'll be completely honest, I haven't seen any of the other Captain America movies, so I kind of went off of it, how it would unroll, and I honestly really understood it. Like, I knew who the Winter Soldier was, I knew all these things, and I'm glad that they interpreted that in it to make it easier for people who haven't seen the movies before that to kind of understand. So, now with the new X-Men movie coming out, I'm going to have to watch all of those, so I think I've only seen like the first 4 or 5. And it's just like the action is very oddly spread out. Like, at the very beginning, there was just beautifully shot action sequence with all the Avengers. Getting into I don't remember what the building was, honestly. And I thought that they used shaky cam to an advantage. Shaky cam was there, but like the movie Kingsman Secret Service, they just used it so greatly. And obviously the acting from all the Avengers is very good, and from what I remember, I don't remember Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man being so funny. Which brings me to my next point. The humor. Easily the most disappointing thing in the movie. It is why I really do enjoy DC Comics, because they are more serious. They have more dark characters. Like Batman vs. Superman, I don't think I laughed once. A lot of the jokes don't hit. They will, like in Adam Sandler movies, they will leave like the time to laugh where it's just silent and no one laughs. It's just silent and it's really awkward. But then again, some of the jokes do hit, and Stan Lee has easily my favorite Marvel cameo in Captain America Civil War. It is so funny. The premise of Captain America Civil War is a lot stronger than a lot of other Marvel movies. Like Batman vs. Superman, I'm going to bring that up again. It did not have a good plot. But Captain America Civil War actually had a reason why they were fighting, and a very solid reason why they stopped fighting. And Scarlet Witch, I don't know why, I just thought her character just stole the show. Like, she was under a bit of a house arrest, and I thought that was very interesting because she just wanted to get out. All this stuff is happening with Captain America, Black Panther. I really, really liked how they played her character out. Like, she wasn't in the entire movie, but she was in the points that she needed to. I kind of liked how they were needed to be, like, supervised by the government. I thought that was actually something that I feel like would happen if something would go wrong with people who are just trying to do some good. Obviously, the CGI, it's a Marvel movie, it's going to be great. But the thing that surprised me the most was the cinematography. There are some scenes that I couldn't even tell if they were, like, just digital, animated. I couldn't tell. That is how great the cinematography is in this movie. If you are someone who looks out for cinematography, you will be very amazed with what they can do. The ending is a lot better than a lot of Marvel movies. Obviously, it does not end at a positive note. It doesn't leave you laughing. It's a bit of a dramatic ending, kind of like Ant-Man. Speaking of Ant-Man, best part of the movie, Ant-Man. Ant-Man is easily my favorite Marvel movie. I can't get enough of Ant-Man. I think he's hilarious. Paul Rudd, seriously, they couldn't have cast someone better. He brings the most comedy, most surprises. It's wow. So I'm happy I stood with Team Captain America because I didn't expect them to have so many big surprises. Why I didn't do Team Iron Man, it's because I knew Spider-Man was going to be annoying. I found Spider-Man to be unbelievably annoying. He was like wrapping up Ant-Man in web, and he was like, "Hey, have you seen the movie Empire Strikes Back?" Yeah. I don't know how they could make him so annoying, but somehow they just did. And when he finally left the screen, I was so happy. My headache went away. I put my 3D glasses back on, took a deep breath, and enjoyed the rest of the movie. So Captain America Civil War, it brings the comedy for the most part. It has decent acting from most of the main actors. Has some great plot twists, great villains. Cinematography is the best out of any Marvel movie I've ever seen. CGI is obviously very impressive. And the final battle scene is immensely exciting. You see them running towards each other and boom. I know there's more I want to say, but I just can't really bring it to mind, so that means it's just not important to say enough. But Captain America Civil War is a very, very decent Marvel movie. I expected this to be terrible because they spoiled a lot in the many, many trailers it had, but it packs a punch. It's like a 2.5 hour long just fight scene. If you're a fan of most Marvel movies, you will love it. But if you wanted a bit more in-depth of story, or if you just kind of want a short, brief, funny Marvel movie, kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, then you probably will not enjoy it. So to keep this one very, not really short, it's going to be long, but I'm going to give Captain America Civil War a B. I know some of you guys might be pretty upset with this since I gave, Hardcore Henry an A-, and some people thought that that wasn't a very good movie. Well, that's just my opinion. I'm here to tell you my opinions, even if they may be a little weird. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll hopefully be seeing, what movie comes out? Money Monster. I'm really wanting to see Money Monster, Jodie Foster, George Clooney. I really am wanting to see that one, so hopefully I'll be able to see that one.